Once again, your man Jay Wise is back addressing this topic. The topic of man wanting to switch careers. So back when man first jumped on TikTok about 2 years ago, I had a guy hit me up and he was saying that he works in the finance industry and he's earning 40k a year, but he's kind of bored with it. He wants to learn something new. How does he go about becoming an electrician? I said, big man, you're just going to be wasting your time becoming an electrician. Why are you going to study and become an electrician, waste 2 years of your life to be put on the same basic salary of 40 grand a year? If you become a fully qualified electrician, PAYE, you're going to be on 40 grand a year. So what's the point? You're going to stunt your growth. You're not going to move forward for 2 years because, it might take 1.5 years, 2 years for you to become fully qualified and that. I mean, me personally, I'm saying it should take a minimum of 2 to 3 years to become fully qualified. That's how long it took me. I done it properly. I'm not on this nonsense fast track course, become an electrician in 6 days and this crap and that. So you don't want to be switching careers and that. Yeah? So what's prompted me to make this video is a guy, again, a man's in the finance industry and that's hit me up talking about he wants to become an electrician or electrical engineer. What for? What your focus needs to be is increasing your salary. Don't worry about getting new skills and that unless the skills are really going to benefit you to the point where you're going to definitely increase your salary. You need to be working your way up. Yeah, working your way up the sort of managerial ladder and working your way up the salary ladder as well. I had someone else the other day talking about, they want to get into renovating properties and that. They're office based, yeah? So they have a white collar office job. They talk about they want to get into property development and that, which is good, obviously. But they talk about, they want to go and learn electrical and plumbing so that they can do the work themselves. Yo, you ain't got 2 years of your life to go and learn a fucking trade. And okay, right, let's say, you learn plumbing. Let's say you learn electrical. What about the plastering? What, we going to go and do a course for that? What about gas engineering? What, we're going to go and do a course for that? What about carpentry? We're going to go and do a course for that. What about conveyancing? What, we're going to go to uni for 3 to 4 years to go and do conveyancing, to become a lawyer? Yo, listen, you need to focus on just increasing your salary by way of going up the ladder, i.e. becoming a manager and that, and also doing becoming a self-employed contractor. You see, if you're on 40 grand a year and you become self-employed in your industry and that, you could definitely probably take home about, 60 grand for the year. So you can go from 40 to 60 grand a year just being self-employed. I will never go back to PAYE. No way. I remember there was one time I was going to go back to being PAYE and this mortgage broker guy I used to use, he said to me, don't become a PAYE employee. So basically, he said to me, what people do is self-employed people will be self-employed for like 4 years. And because their money's a bit sketchy and that, like, what they will do is they'll try and work the system by going PAYE for a few months and then trying to get a mortgage. He said, don't bother do that. It's not going to work, yeah? If you go from being self-employed and, you go to PAYE and that, they're not going to grant you a mortgage straight away. Now, listen, if you want to try that, then that's up to you trying it. Don't let me stop you from doing anything in it. But he said they've cottoned on to people doing that. So what a lot of self-employed people are doing is self-employed for 4 years, money's a bit sketchy, and then they just become PAYE for 3 months and then try and get a mortgage and that. Nah, man, more than likely, they'll probably want to see your self-employed, like previous accounts and that. So, yeah, man, stop wasting your time trying to learn all these new skills and that. Just focus on making more money. Listen, let me tell you something right now, yeah? If I was a bin man earning £700 a day, and I know it was guaranteed for the next 10 to 15 years of my life, do you think I'll ever become an electrician? What for? Listen, the whole point of getting a job is so that you can earn a decent salary, live a decent life, but most importantly, save so that you can invest in something that's going to bring you back a return, yeah? So that one day you don't have to work your whole life, so that you can, become financially free. Because you're never going to become financially free just saving. You need to have some way of generating multiple sources of income. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay wise, ton, man.